Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to already the end of the second day of the International Astronautical Congress, IAC 2024, here in Milan, in Italy. And we're going to do the recap. Ayushee, thanks for joining me
Remco.
again.
Thank
Today
you.
was the Industry Day. And the Industry Day means that the industry was central. Tomorrow we have Diversity Day, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. We started this morning early, 8 o'clock, with the industry breakfast by Voyager Space, where we had presentations about the role of commercial space stations, which was super interesting to start the day with. And after that, we started with plenaries. We had two plenaries. Tell us what
Yes,
that
so
was.
we had two plenaries today. One was about the lunar frontiers. Like, as we know, moon is the topic. Everybody wants to go to the moon. We definitely, with Chandrayaan, with Artemis, there's a lot of talk about moon. So we talked about the lunar frontiers. We talked about the Artemis Accords, the new countries that have joined in, and how are we looking at approaching moon? How do we involve more and more countries in that? So that was kind of interesting. And the other plenary that happened, which I managed to attend a little bit, was on the in situ resources, which I personally find very, very cool because there's a lot of hassle reaching to space, we know, and then taking everything from here to there can be, of course, a lot. So what we do is we try to create some things right there. And let's have a great diversion here. We have Mimi with us, joining us
Mimi
today.
is the mascot for the IAC 2024. The first time it has a mascot. And this is all about communication, isn't it?
Yes, it is all about communication. Thanks for joining me. Mimi is looking. We have a very cute representation of Mimi roaming around with us. And this is about branding and marketing a lot, which is something I have been observing a lot today while I was going around the conference. How different agencies, companies are trying to market themselves, brand themselves, and have attention of the audience towards them. And there are all kinds of things going around. There are candies, there are goodies. I have seen people wearing dresses, like the entire dress was an Earth image. There are accessories. There is so much. And of course, we have astronaut representations in different ways. Just like how we have our Mimi astronaut, we have astronauts from where people are picking up candies, astronaut stationaries, dresses, accessories. So yeah, a lot of things. And people are giving away patches, of course. So I think communication and branding is really key. The different agencies have been doing that too.
To stand out in
Yes.
this massive amount of organization. Mimi, it represents IAC, the fact that we
Yes.
are here in Milan to take lots of selfies. I hope you take lots of selfies with everyone, including with us right now.
Yes.
And with lots of children. And Friday we'll have public day, and then Mimi will be the most beloved character of
Yes.
the whole show, I'm sure. Thank you very much, Mimi, for joining us, and good luck with your important outreach and branding work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mimi. That was Mimi
That was
joining
funny.
us. That was fun.
Hey, another thing that we had today, that we talked about yesterday, you actually had ice cream.
Oh yes, I managed to get gelato today. We had free gelato going around. We had gelato carts across the IAC, and as soon as I saw one, I grabbed one because I had to. I mean, I missed it yesterday, so I compensated with two. So I managed to get
Excellent,
a gelato.
because the look on your face yesterday was just so sad.
I'm very happy today after my
Excellent.
gelato.
Now, we also had technical sessions. Today we
Yes.
really jumped seriously into the technical sessions, the second and third occurrences. Space education, we talked about decolonial practices in the Space Education and Outreach Symposium. We talked about undergraduate education, so lots is going on, and that will continue over the next days.
Yes, and I will just take a moment there, sorry to interrupt you, to just add more to my audience that technical sessions are a very, very important part of IAC, something that makes it stand out, that we just don't have an exhibition here, a place for exhibitors and space agencies to showcase, but it's also a platform where a lot of space experts and a lot of students get a chance to present their research, to showcase their research, and that I think is a great platform.
Yeah, and let's not forget, this IAC, over half of the population, as it was said on day one, here, of the visitors, are students and young
Students, yeah.
professionals. So it's really important to see the next generation very well represented here, because my beard is too grey to really represent the future of space. It's up to you and your generation to
And
really
many more,
make the future
yeah.
of space happen. So important that you said that. we had something really cool happening here in the Polish booth at 4:30 earlier today. The presentation of the commercial version, well, of the crowdfunding campaign of the Age of the Moon board game. And this is amazing because this was presented only last year. I did a video, look in my, in my channel for the video that I did last year in Barcelona of the first prototype. Now we have a box with a commercial project, a product, Age of the Moon, crowdfunding starting now, but it's looking that this is catching on, and playing games for outreach and to talk about space is one of those many elements that engage people with what the space industry is all about. So I'm really excited about this this board game. And then we have events, receptions.
Yes. So, like yesterday, we talked about a networking reception, which was held here by IAC, which was open for all. We also have receptions being conducted by different embassies, different country embassies here. I have the Indian embassy reception, of course, today that I am going to. And again, that's another chance to meet a lot of people from the industry and also see what kind of work that is being done between the two countries. And yeah, I think that's going to be exciting to be talking to more people.
Yeah, and these embassy parties really connect the space industry with the governments.
Yes.
To see what the government angle is. We met the Estonian embassy to Italy yesterday, who went away with the signed Artemis Accords in his bag.
Yes.
That was, to me, that was still one of the highlights. We have the Dutch embassy organizing an event for the space industry tonight, so it's really interesting to see.
I think that's what another thing I think is important to highlight here, that's what IAC represents. It's a platform that's bringing together all the stakeholders of the industry, because how the industry is growing, it cannot be just government agencies, it cannot be just academia, it cannot be just industry. It's all of us together working towards making the space industry become something that we want, and that's what IAC does. You have researchers, scientists, engineers from the industry, from the government agencies, from students, academia, and just enthusiasts as well. People who are creating games, people who make music, like our friend Leo, the space pianist who I interviewed today. So we have a lot of different mix of people coming here together, and that's what I think, that's why it's a great representation of the space industry.
And you can see the excitement by both of us. This is such an energy source to see all these people together, because what I always say, the space industry, like most industries, but I think the space industry a little bit more, is really made by its people. We have a long-term vision for humanity, and we are making that long-term vision happen. And it's amazing to see how this happens.
Like yesterday, what we mentioned, a lot of people seconded that it's been a bit confusing, the whole, it's huge, the venue is huge, it's all over, people are still trying to find their bearings, but what keeps them going is this energy that we get from each other, and the community really makes it what it is.
Absolutely, it's all about community. You saw it in the interview that I did with Antonio yesterday, so look at this channel. It's all about the people. So thank you again, Ayushee, for joining me today for the recap, and I am very much looking forward
Same here.
to seeing you again in the recap of day 3 tomorrow. Diversity Day. We start with a diversity breakfast, and then we'll see how this theme flashes out. A lot happening here. We still have 3 more days to go, so don't go away. Hashtag IAC 2024. All information on IAC2024.org. So thank you for a great day today, and looking forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. Bye-bye.